Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of my Minecraft World Update. The first episode of 2018 in fact. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse at the beginning. And as you could see from it, I have built a new slime farm and destroyed the old one. Why is that for that? Basically because the old one was just going to be too close to planned structures. And in order to maintain maximum efficiency, I'd want to keep the area above it all the way clear up through the sky. And I was realizing as time went on, that wouldn't really be feasible. So I decided to build a dual slime chunk slime farm over here. And the funny thing is, this thing actually gets quite a bit more drops than that one. It's fully cleared out into above it, and I don't ever plan to build anything above there. So, you know, unlike over here where the old one was in the way, this one's out of the way. But yeah, I haven't actually benchmarked this thing recently, but last I benchmarked it out put it out about 37 drops per hour. 37 drops per hour. Oh god, that would be horrible. 37,000 drops per 37,000? 3,700. 3,700 drops per hour. While the old one was about 1,000. And those numbers are a bit out of date, but by now it's probably more around 4,000 plus drops per hour with this thing. So yeah, getting tons of slime balls, more than I know what to do with here. I literally got crafting right here and shulker boxes to go ahead and fill up with slime blocks. Oh shoot, I want to put that away. And yeah, if we go up here, I have actually a chest with all my slime blocks and all my shulker boxes with full of slime blocks. Also, when it comes to the iron farm, that has been working excellently, and we got tons of poppies and tons of iron, tons of shulker boxes full of blocks of iron ingots. I would go over to the iron farm to show you what we got there, but I've already recently been over there to grab stuff and package it up. So what you see here is about what we got, and which is quite a crazy amount. I actually had more, but I used a lot of iron for a project that I will show you later on in the video. But yeah. Alright, so I guess that pretty much covers it for the slime farm. Obviously, from what you can see, I'm using ice water streams to transport stuff there. And that output right there, where I got the output for the slime farm, that's actually temporary until eventually I would theoretically hook this up into a base where it goes into some sort of sorting system. Yeah, delivered by ice water streams. Assuming the aquatic update, when that comes out, doesn't break them. I don't know if it will or won't, or if they do, if it'll add a block or something that allows items to pass through but not water. But yeah, if you've been keeping up with that, the question with it is kind of like, well, you know, ice water transport streams break or not. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and jump in here to the end and take a look at, I don't want to fall down, I want to fly down. Take a look at my new Enderman farm. And actually underneath here, you can see there's an ice water stream, just barely. That is actually going to be for, in the future, transportation for items back to the end island or even spawn. But yeah, let's just go ahead and run on through here. And here we are. And yeah, I could have taken a minecart if I had it. But yeah, I got a whole system here for, you know, getting a minecart and then launching it off and such. And if a minecart comes back in, goes into the hopper, and there's hoppers down here. And basically it's just like a loop right there. But it isn't. I made this thing so that way you could do the traditional just run and jump in order to go fast. But it's also been built in such a way that I could use boats. And let's see, no, I don't have any boats. The intention of these hoppers and this dropper is to get, dropper I believe. I didn't use a dispenser because a dispenser wouldn't work. But basically for boats, so if I could use boat travel. But I didn't want to tie myself exclusively to using boats on ice because, I don't know, Mojang are weird, and, you know, there'll be, you know, fiends like this in the game, these bugs that become features, and then after everyone's gotten used to using these features, they remove it. So I don't want to tie myself to ice stream boats. I just want to have the option there. But yeah, my goodness, it actually took me quite a while to transport all my books here because I had gotten a lot of books from AFK fish farming. Like, look over here, I got all these efficiency books plus 3 shulker boxes full of more efficiency books. Silk Touch and Fortune, and I got a little less of. I got a lot of power books. Got a lot of that. I got a lot of sharpness books. Basically, I got every book I could possibly want, even some of the Curse of Binding and Curse of Vanishing. Alright, so this over here, if it wasn't clear from the time lapse, is actually a big storage system for ender pearls. And actually it uses shulker box loaders to load the ender pearls into shulker boxes and put them into these chests. And on both sides I have switches. This one is send collected pearls to spawn. If this light is on, there's actually like a, let's see, can I get to it here? Crap. I may have lost out on some, no, where is it? Where is it? I thought I had it here. Oh, there it is, the ice water stream. So if this is on, the hoppers are unlocked, and basically it'll take these shulker boxes and send them down the ice water stream there. That way, I can basically just, you know, send the stuff to spawn. Now let's see, I need to close that up like so. And I think I'm gonna be 1 carpet short. No, 2 carpets short. I'm gonna have to find more carpet. Hold on here. I gotta fix this. Alright, now that's fixed. And over here is another lever, and this is for collecting pearls. And right now, it is turned off. I thought I had it on by default. No, it is turned off. Basically, if I go ahead and I flip this switch, and that will collect ender pearls, and there's a piston right there that gets powered, and basically there's an ice water stream here, and the pearls would fall down into the void if I didn't have the thing powered. But yeah, anyways, underneath here in the front there's hoppers right here, and there's like 4 hopper chains going underneath here, over here, and to this double speed dual dropper elevator. Now the reason why I got this out here rather than closer to the build, because I totally could have, was because I didn't want to hear all the clicking of the droppers. So I wanted to build it out of ways a bit and then bring the items back in as need be. And yeah, this thing is crazy. Like, if you just sit here and keep swiping Endermen here, you'll actually get more XP. They'll actually get to be more XP on the ground than the player can collect. And at some point, you'll basically ruin into the performance of your game and have like 1 frame per second and such. So yeah, basically this ender farm is perfect. It'll saturate a single player with XP. I haven't tested with 2 players. I would assume it'd be much the same. But yeah. Now if we go up here, I want to go ahead and show this. There's a lot of chests up here. Actually, these chests up here are actually full of shulker boxes. Empty shulker boxes for the shulker box loaders, and this is where I'll go ahead and restock them and so on later on. But yeah, the interior of this thing, you know, to keep the Enderman from teleporting, is all double carpet. Hopefully Mojang doesn't fix the game in the future to where Endermen can then teleport on top of carpet that's on top of carpet. But for now they can't, so I'm just making use of that because, you know, I really like this open area in here. And basically this entire Enderman farm design is something that I basically came up with in a test world. Let's see, I'm going to try and get some flight here so I can show you guys this. It follows the basic idea of using an endermite to attract the endermen, and the rest of the aesthetics are basically just what I've come up with in a test world and then eventually implemented here. But yeah, overall, I quite like it. You know, It's a nice, beautiful farm. It took up quite a lot of quartz. I'm now broke. I don't have any more quartz left, which is going to be a problem because I'm going to need a lot more of it for future projects. Oh yeah, and the enchanting setup is fully redstone enabled. I can turn this item frame and increase the number of bookcases around the enchanting table that I want. So that's always convenient. Okay, now back in the overworld at my base, and over here is the temporary item storage system that I decided to build up for clearing out the underground. Because as I've been clearing out the underground, I've been using basically ice water transport streams to transport items to this 4-dropper double speed elevator, and which brings the items up here. And right now it brings them through this sorter with a bunch of shulker box loaders. So I got shulker boxes full of cobblestone so far. I also got, shulker boxes full of stone, some shulker boxes of, andesite, granite, and diorite, dirt, and gravel, and chests of extra items that didn't get sorted. Now for the shulker box loaders, I actually use the one-wide tileable, pretty compact design, and showcased by ilmango and on YouTube. If you haven't seen it before and you want to see it, I'll try and remember to link it down in the description. But it's basically a super compact shulker box loader. The only problem with it is if you run out of shulker boxes for the system to basically replace full ones with, then at that point it will break, which in my case hasn't really been an issue here. Alright, so getting a flyby here of the base, you can see everything that has changed since the last episode, which is quite a lot. I mean, that time lapse did not do it justice at all. As you can see here, I have cleared out basically the entire jungle here, all the way out 128 blocks from the center squared. So yeah, a lot of land has been cleared out here. The AFK fish farm is gone. I intend to rebuild it in the future, but I intend to rebuild it as a permanent feature of the base rather than a temporary one. And in the time lapse, you may have noticed there was no inclusion of these holes that were dug. Actually, I dug these after I recorded the time lapse and had it all edited, and I was just like, you know what, I don't feel like adding this a little bit. Maybe I'll reuse it for an episode for a time lapse in the next episode. But yeah, if you recall to the beginning of this series, I said I wanted to build upwards rather than outwards, and that's basically what these holes are for. They're the four towers that are going to go here in the base. And I want them to extend all the way down to bedrock, so that's why I dug out the holes. And yeah, we're gonna have, as stated in in episode 0, I'm pretty sure, we're going to have 2 large 32 by 32 towers and 2 smaller 16 by 16. The idea is the 32 by 32 is basically where the action happens. That's where you have your item sorters, your big contraptions. I would like to have a villager trading center. That would be amazing. And the 16 by 16 towers are supposed to be more so for utility, item transportation, redstone, that sort of thing. They're not really. I'm probably not. I don't know. I could probably build some smaller stuff in them. Like maybe an AFK fish farm would work perfectly in one. Hey, there's an idea. Well, now that I have entered the Nether, my Iron Phoenix will be broken once again. I'll have to set up the rebuild process. Yeah, I haven't gotten that set up to shoot an item through a Nether portal yet. I haven't actually done anything in Spawn since the last video, really. Everything's pretty much the same. But anyways, we are here in the Nether because this is the fastest way to get to the next and final location I want to show in this video. And please don't shoot me, Blazeman. Okay, good. So we're going to go to the top of the Nether here and follow up a path. Alright, so you know how throughout this video I've been showing you basically big systems with shulker box loaders and a lot of storage for shulker boxes themselves. Well, how did I get so many shulker boxes? And the answer is right here. Ultimately, I decided to duplicate them. For a simple reason that there is no really renewable way to get them in vanilla Minecraft. If Mojang ever adds like the ability to farm shulkers, then that would be great. But, you know, doing it myself, grinding away in the end, just isn't really a good option because, well, let's see, one thing, I need to grab something. I want to grab that and that. So right here is literally the contraption I use for duplicating shulker shells, and of basically shulker boxes full of shulker shells and also dragon eggs, because you cannot, they are once again a non-renewable source, and they'll be useful in the future for breaking bedrock, although I think that's going to be fixed in like 1.13, so I better do all my bedrock breaking before I upgrade to that when that comes out. But anyways, I turn off this lever, we get zombies here, and I don't want this one guy here, but let's see. I want to get rid of him. There we go. Oh no, the other guy picked it up. Oh well. We'll just let him in right there, and let's see. Will any of these guys pick up the stuff? Let's see. Will you? Yeah, one of them picked it up. Okay. So basically, this system, I have behind here a not comparator, observer clock that activates for a certain amount of time, and basically gets this zombie down to literally into like half a heart, or like I think it's like 0.3 something health, very low. Basically, if you ever watch like Psycraft and you know what they've done to deal with lack of shulker shells in the world and for big projects, this is basically the same thing, the same exact concept. It's exploiting the same glitch in the game right there. But yeah, anyways, so basically at this spawner here, I would just give these guys shulker boxes and watch them as they run up here. Okay, so basically how this glitch works is, as you see, when the zombie touches the lava, he dies. But actually, he also gets teleported to the end, because after a mob dies, they actually continue to exist in the world for a few server ticks longer in a dead state. And basically, what this means is when we go into here, and to go to the end, yeah, the zombie attacks me, my thorns protection kicks in, and now I have two shulker boxes, because one of them fell off the zombie when he died and went through the portal. The other one, the zombie was still carrying when he went through the portal there. So yeah, and now we also got two leather helmets. I don't care about leather helmets or rotten flesh, get rid of those. But yeah, this whole system, some people might not like, and of that I'm using basically duplication in order to get a bunch of shulker shells, but really ultimately it's what I decided on, because it's just like, I want shulker shells en masse. How can I do it? Because Mojang sure hasn't given us a good way of doing it. And I was just like, well, I could, modify, I could go ahead and basically give myself, I could open up the game to land, give myself creative mode, and give myself a spawner that spawned them, or I could duplicate them. And ultimately I decided to duplicate them, using, a bunch of iron blocks there and such, and building that duplicator. Now the duplicator itself will only ever be used for shulker shells and dragon eggs. I am not going to use it for any other resource. I'm not going to go ahead and duplicate diamonds or any crap like that. Just shulker shells. It's purely for that. And it basically kills two birds with one stone, because I really need a bunch of dragon eggs for bedrock breaking in the future, and the only way to get more dragon eggs is to dupe them. They are a non-renewable resource. There is only one in existence in a normal world, so you basically just have to duplicate them. So this farm here basically end up kills both those birds and such with that one zone. Heh. But yeah. Alright, and finally, for the last part of this video, I want to circle back to these towers. And I'm not going to be building anything today. This episode was literally just an update. And I'm not going to be doing anything today because there's just been so much to talk about. But anyways, we're going to exit this world. We're going to go to single player. And I'm going to load up this. This is a world I downloaded. I forget where it was from, but I was looking for inspiration on, you know, what kind of style to build my towers in. And I came across this world and this build, and I'm sorry, I don't remember where I downloaded this or who built it. But yeah, if someone knows, you know, maybe post in the comments. Maybe I'll end up figure it out or remember and have it in the description. But anyways. They had a sort of interesting idea to, you know, make a sort of modern skyscraper in Minecraft using quartz and, you know, terracotta. I was about to call it clay, but and basically I was looking at this and just like, yeah, I like this. I don't like this entirely, but I like this kind of style. So let's take it one step further. Go into well, if it will load, go here. We need to go to world, and this is basically a copy of my single player world at a pretty early stage where I was developing stuff. So loading terrain, it's taking a while. Okay, so right here is what I was showing off in the first episode, using a lot of, you know, stone bricks. It's very gray. I really do like the architecture and shape of it, but it's really bland, and how the heck are you going to inject colors into that? Well, I think I know how I'm going to inject colors into a build. This right here is basically the prototype for what I am considering in-game. Basically, each level, and I'm going to decide on having like some sort of concrete color as a accent color, and basically the sort of background color of gray terracotta. And for the sort of supports, I'm going to use bone blocks. But yeah, and this kind of treads the line between a sort of, you know, modern skyscraper and something different. It's not quite a modern skyscraper, but at the same time, it does have a lot of white in it. It does have colors. I can inject colors, and it makes sense. Currently, my working design or my working idea is each level to be 16 blocks tall. So literally, if I can bring it up, F3 plus G. So literally the size of an entire sub chunk. And the idea is to, if I can get rid of the sub chunks, crap. There we go. And the idea is I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 above ground layers with the 32 by 32 before it then shrinks off for another 2 levels, and then another 2 for the very top. And for the smaller tower, I think I'm going to do much the same. This smaller tower goes up to exactly 4 levels from sea level on ground. And the top level up here, I'm not sure if I'm going to go 1 or 2 levels for this top level. I might actually go 2. But as you can see, there's not really any room in here to build. It would simply just be for show. But now, that concludes this episode of my Minecraft World Update. In the next episode, well, I guess there's nowhere to go but up. See you guys then.